Coming to you from the Delta and Two Valleys, welcome to the PanRaconTeurs, the podcast where we tell and discuss stories from around the world. Sit back and buckle in for the storytelling of your lives. We are the PanRaconTeurs. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode. This is episode 3 of the PanRaconTeurs. I am your host, Mike V. I am also joined here by my nephew, our sound director, Nate B. What's up, Nate? How you doing?
Good. Another week by. Ready for this episode.
Yeah. It's so sad. We recorded a whole other episode before this, and we couldn't air it. So stay tuned. You might have some behind-the-scenes uh, video from that encounter. But we had to re-record this, so a lot of pressure on Nate, but appreciate this. So we're giving it another run through today. Um, Also, I'm accompanied by my elder, my brother from the same mother, Dan V. What's up, bro? How you doing?
Hey, Michael, we're just doing all right. Looking at, I like it a lot.
Yeah, that's how I like it. If you guys can't tell, my voice is a little raspy. I had a really bad fever and cold for the past few days, and yesterday just knocked me out. And today I'm just getting my voice back. So um, just bear with me if you hear a little raspiness. And we're also all donning our little robes. Today's robe up day. Uh,
Today's theme.
it is February 8th is robe up day, I guess. That's what we're making it. So if you're listening to this on audio, just visualize 3 handsome men wearing these outstanding, glorious robes and telling stories. If you're watching online, disregard what I just said. You're seeing it live. All right. So today's theme, what we're talking about today, stories from our lives and things that are happening. But I do want to say this. I mentioned this in the last video that wasn't aired. Was the reason I'm doing this podcast with my nephew and my brother is that I love telling stories, and I love. I mean, we live in close proximity to one another, but our our lives are a little bit chaotic. We have really busy schedules. Nate works in a hospital. I work in pest control. My brother works in pest control. We're just constantly busy throughout the week, and so this is a little space in between where we get to just just talk and goof around and um, just talk about stuff that's happening in our lives. So and then also, as long as there's a media platform like podcast, our nephews, our nieces, our grandnieces and nephews, later on down the line, if they want to hear a story from Uncle Mikey or Uncle Dan or Uncle Nate, they could always come back and they go, "Hey, I listened to that on the PanRaconTeurs." So it's just a cool medium. So I hope podcasts stay around for a while. So yeah, let's get on to our first. Our topic today is food. Food. Um, I have so many stories about food, but I'm going to turn it over to my brother, Dan. What's a good story about food that you got today?
I like, the baby bells. The baby
Oh,
bells, the wheel cheese in the wax. You have to peel them out of the wax. Those are great. I like eating them with beef jerky, and I like the fruit package. If you mix them all together, man, that's a good little snack. You get the fruit, the meat, and then the cheese. Oh man, cheese is great.
the cheese and the fruit. I mean, yeah, I could say I haven't. I'm not a big fan of bells. I don't know. It's just
What?
I don't know. I just don't like it in the little round container that it comes in.
But
Uh,
it can be preserved forever. You can just throw those things in the refrigerator, and then whenever you're hungry, whenever, just go grab one, and then you got
it's
a
cheese.
real cheese. Yeah, cheese is protein and chewy and soft. Man, what's not
I
to like
will
about
say
cheese? I love
I like
cheese.
Baby Bell's better than string cheese. I don't like
Yeah, I don't like string cheese. I like Baby Bells
Baby Bell's are good.
because they're softer. Blah, 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 blah. I can eat them. And the string cheese, no, they're all right. They're particular though. Yeah, I like the Baby Bells.
You know what sucks? Imagine having like enjoying dairy but being lactose intolerant. It's a hard thing to do. Like I love ice cream. I love all this other type of desserts that include milk. Oh, there he is. Just cut it out
We,
for a
we,
second. Just
we
lost it for a
lost
second.
Uncle Dad there for a second.
Yeah, it'd be really difficult to be lactose intolerant because of all the food I love to eat. Pizza, it's lasagna.
No, actually, mozzarella is if you're lactose intolerant, you can eat mozzarella. I think because
Mozzarella.
doesn't have the lactase in it. Mozzarella,
Oh,
so pizza is all right.
Oh well, I mean, I love pizza, and guys,
That's supposed to be mozzarella.
you know how far I would go for pizza, going all the way out to L.A. to have one of the number one pizzas out there, and
By what's that dude's name?
Dave Portnoy,
Yeah, Portnoy's Choices.
the pizza reviews,
Portnoy's Choices.
Port boy.
and Nate went with me. I mean, we went to go try that, and it was good. Like,
Yeah.
can't complain. I mean, I've had pizza in L.A. I think that's one of the better pizzas in L.A.
How about San Jose? Have you had pizza in the Zay?
Of course, of course. But I'm going to bring that up in my story because that's my story for today.
All right, it's
Uh,
your mate then, I guess, right?
All right, here goes. Um, my
here it goes.
here it goes. My favorite thing in the whole wide world, chocolate chip cookies. It is my vice. The
Hmm.
place that I will always get it, and I don't think it's the toppest tier of all cookies. This place called Pacific Cookie Company in Santa Cruz. It's just like in downtown Santa Cruz, and it's one of the best. Just like so
Oh,
simple, so simple.
Did you
yes.
say downtown Santa Cruz?
Is it downtown? It's like the strip mall type thing. There's like the movie theater
That's the best.
there. That's
All
my
right, go for it.
absolute favorite chocolate chip cookie. Yeah, you got it for me one Christmas. You got a box of it. I was like, oh, this is heaven. Like chocolate chip cookies and some milk. I could be Santa Claus. I would be Santa Claus if I could be.
Have you ever baked the chocolate chip cookies yourself and had them fresh from the oven?
Yeah. Listen, my cookies are better than anybody's cookies, but cookies I have to buy, if I had to rate cookies on a scale, Pacific Cookie Company, Santa Cruz, shout out to you. Sponsor me. I will endorse you everywhere and anywhere. Please. This is my favorite cookie of all time. All right. It's a cookie that soaks up milk, and every bite you take is just it's just exquisite. You can't have a cookie out there that is just right and chewy and crispy at the same time. There's too many people that make it too chewy, that make it too cakey. This one is right in the middle. There's nothing like it. If you could go find this cookie and try it for yourself, you could rate it. You could tell me. You could tell me right to my face that it sucks. It doesn't, because it's going to be great. It's an experience that you're going to have. And when you're in Santa Cruz, you're not just going there for the cookie. You're going there for the clam chowder down the street. No, you go down to the pier. No, even though that place is, I don't know if the pier's even open right now because half a part of it fell into the ocean. But you go to first you got to stop by the cookie company because it gets busy, and then you go to what's the clam chowder place?
Stagneros.
Stagneros. You go to Stagneros down to the pier, you get a couple of that, and you just sit on the beach for a little bit, enjoy some clam chowder, enjoy some cookies, and you just had a great day.
but you don't go into the water. It's too cold.
You don't go in the water too. Yeah,
Oh, it's great.
California water. California water is just too cold for us. But yeah,
I,
if I had to
I
pick,
agree. It's a really good cookie. It's one of my favorite, but like one of my go-to cookies is Chips Ahoy Original, and you microwave it in the microwave for about a minute, where the
mm,
chocolate melts a little bit, and a glass of milk.
mm,
Ooh, oh yeah! I give me a whole tray of that and a thing of milk, and
classy.
I'm
Yeah.
just good. Yeah, just nice and toasty. I can eat that all day.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm a cookie connoisseur, but I'm not a cookie snob. Does that make sense? I could eat any type of cookie. I don't care. People, you know, oatmeal cookies are not my favorite, but the oatmeal cookies with raisins at Pacific Cookie Company, I will go, I'll go to town on. All right. So, shout out to Pacific Cookie Company. I know you're listening. You're going to be listening one day. And, send me up some boxes of cookies.
yeah, listen up, Pacific Coast. What?
Pacific Cookie Company.
What was that again?
Pacific Cookie Company.
You better sponsor us. Listen to that. Listen to that guy talking about Pacific Cookie Company.
There we go.
Bring down the sponsors. Um, Free shout out to you guys. I know we were talking about going back to pizza. Um, One of the funniest stories that I got was, man, how long ago was that? It was like 6 or 7 years ago when. We decided to go. This was the premise of the whole thing. Why it all came to uh, this whole thing played out. Right? Is we always talk about if things hit the fan, if there's a giant earthquake or if there's a giant riot and your city's being destroyed, zombies come out or whatever, where we would meet up, we would be prepared, have a go bag ready. What?
Hello?
Who's kicking what? Bring it on. No. So it's just about being prepared. And I remember, and I hope you guys still have your go bags, bro. You still got your go bag?
No, um, I prefer the Go Life. That means
Oh
I'm just
my god!
ready for
Always ready.
anything in life.
All right, so
Bag,
Nate, do
I don't
you
need
have
to
your
grab a
go?
bag. I
And
go Life.
well, you got to finish the story because I'm
Go
saying I
ahead.
don't have
Yeah,
my
yeah.
go bag.
Okay. I still got my go bag. I got
There's
my
a reason why I don't
24
have
hour.
my go bag because we had a weird experience out there.
So the whole reason behind this was to have a go bag ready, have something ready to go within 24 hours. You could survive for 24 hours if something horrific were to happen. And so we were all talking about this, planning this out, and mind you, we planned this out. I would call Nate and say, "I'm picking you up," and this is supposed to be like, "Hey, all right, things have hit the fan. Let's go." And so I'm driving to Antioch. I pick up Nate. We drive to San Jose. I pick up my brother Dan, and we drive up to Morgan Hill. We go up to Henrico National Park. I don't know if it's a national park. Henrico State Park, I think it is. And the objective is whatever's in your go bag. That's what you're surviving off of. That's what you're carrying. That's what you're going to survive off of for the next. I mean, we were only going to stay there overnight for one night, and um, just see how we would do. So we drive all day. We got our go bags. Again, I say we planned this out. We talked about this. We get up there and we start hiking in. Um, we get to our first campsite, which is not too far in. It's just to see what we could have. It wasn't meant to be like a long excursion. It was meant to go, hey, we're going to set up camp. What do we have on us? And let's set up a base, let's set up a little camp, and let's hang out, have fun also. But also, let's see what we carried with us. Before we go further, just want to say this isn't normal of us. This is not normal of me. I'm used to camping. I'm used to just going out there and having things organized. So here goes the rest of the story. We start hiking in. It's about, I don't know, 10 o'clock. No, it's about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. We get to our first place. We set up our tents. We um, put gallons of water like underground. We dug a little bit. We put it underground to keep them cool, and then we just grabbed our bags. So we do a little bit of excursion to try to find some water source. We were just gonna go and do a little hike to go see what else other resources were around us. And so we start hiking out, and we kind of know the territory. We've been there multiple times. I've been there at least 8 times in as many years. So we're going, and things start going uphill, and we go, okay, well, it's going to be easier to go downhill later on. So we go uphill a little bit so we could see the valley to kind of get again, we're in survival mode. We want to go, okay, if we got to find the highest point. We could see around us. We could see the territories. We could see if there's people approaching, if there's fires going on. Well, we get to the top of this hill, and for some reason, I'm not going to say why, we are encouraged to keep going downhill beyond this ridge. And again, that's the point where I said, we don't know where the heck we are at this point. We start going downhill, but we've kind of figured it's on a trail. Let's stick to the trail. And then the trail disappears after a while. And now we're looking back up this giant hill, and we're like, we could turn back now, or we could continue going downhill even further into the valley. And this was not the greatest decision, but we kept going downhill.
Yes,
Around a windy path, around a bunch of rubber trees. Then it was like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It's blazing hot in the summer. I carried 2 1 gallons in my backpack. Nate had a camel pack with ice, I think it was, or whatever it was to keep it cool. My brother had a gallon. I think he had a gallon, right? Bro,
Yeah.
he had a gallon on you?
I had drinking containers, 2 of them. I don't know if it was a gallon.
So I mentioned this because not only was my brother carrying a water source, but he was carrying an egg container to see if eggs would survive a trek.
Yeah, eggs are great.
You did?
You want to
I
eat
don't remember
eggs in the
that.
morning.
You know, it was at the end when he pulled it out. He goes, "Hey, the eggs survived." But
Eggs are great.
I went
You
right
want to
into.
eat
Okay,
eggs.
we gotta continue because we're gonna get ahead. We're already like talking about the end. No, we're still
okay,
in the
yeah,
middle of
yeah.
this rubber tree forest, and we're at the very end. There's like a little oasis waiting for us. We thought it was an
Imagine
oasis.
eating.
We get down to the bottom. Is this before we're all in pest control?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay.
Yeah, it was. And so we continue on this trek. We get down. We get down into this valley, and we find this little swamp. This it
I don't
wasn't
even.
even the.
I wouldn't even call it a swamp. Like a
It
swamp
wasn't
is
even.
mucky and muddy. This place was
It wasn't
dry,
even flowing water. It was
the
the
most
most
stagnant water.
stagnant water.
Yeah, the
But
most stagnant water.
what did we have? We had some life source water filters
no way we're gonna use that on this stagnant, mosquito-infested waters. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness, that was
So
the craziest thing.
we debated because we were running already low on resources. We're running low on water itself, and we were kind of in a desperate mode there because, again, we have another. We could turn around, walk back up this mountain to get back to our campsite. Will probably take us maybe an hour and a half now, or we could continue and wrap around this mountain to come out. I guess we were thinking the map showed another path that went up and around. It was like an easier, flatter route, and it wasn't. We sat there, we looked at that water for a moment, and we went, well, we're here. What are we gonna do? We decided to keep going to find that other path, and that path ended up taking us up a windier road up through some rubber trees, and it zigzagged. So it wasn't like a straight walk up a hill, a couple zigzags. No, it was every turn. It was like 15 to 20 turns. We were just zigzagging up.
You gotta tell them about what we found. Like as we are going halfway up, there's a sign there, and what did the sign have on it? Was
I
it?
don't remember that one. What did it say? I
It
think
was
I
all.
was too out of it already
At
by
that
that
point,
time.
you're overheating. You're almost having a heat stroke. At that point, me, Uncle Dan, and Uncle Mikey were halfway up this windy trail. It's full of manzanita bushes. So these manzanita bushes are prickly. They're kind of like overhanging us.
Oh,
It's a
Okay,
narrow path.
it's not so narrow. It's big enough for a certain animal. And when we get to a certain place, there's a sign that says horse trail. We're on a freaking horse trail. This horse trail is supposed to go for miles. It's supposed to go like a lot longer than we could stand, right? So we're already out there. We see that horse trail sign and we just, we gave up for a minute. We gave up and we sat down and we had to wait. But that's when those kids, those other teenagers were walking right behind us and they're like, they were winded
No,
too.
they're coming from the opposite direction. They're coming down the trail.
yeah, they were coming
They're going
down. They
down the
met
trail.
us.
Okay, then I missed up that part.
And
But
then we stopped them. We said, no, 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 go up. You're not gonna find water down there. And
Yeah.
they went back. They went back up the trail because we said, yeah, there's nothing over there.
We
okay,
saved their lives, but we kept going. Okay, so we keep going up this zigzag trail, going up these rubber trees hill, and then we come to this point where, okay, it's a little downhill. It's all right. It's easing up a little bit, but at that point we're already winded. I think our water was down to. I think we had a half a gallon, if that. Nate's. I don't know how much you had left in your
I was out.
camel pack. Yeah, and so we're all out of water. We had like
We're
a
out
half
of
a
water. Nobody had any water.
no. I did.
When
I
we
did.
met the kids, we didn't have any water.
I still
Uncle
had
Mikey
water.
did.
I had a half a gallon,
I did.
and so what I did was I mixed. I had these packs of electrolytes that I got from work, and I was like, I was so out of it.
Nice.
I was so dehydrated. I was so, but we were all taking sips, like trying to conserve this water with the electrolytes in it. And we're going down this path and we're following it. It's taking us back to where we started, but in the middle of that downhill in this plateau, I totally lost my mind. I lost total sense of direction. I imagined my brother and Nate out in the middle of the field, and it looked like they were having fun. So I start following them, and I'm like trying to catch up with them, and I turn because I something catches my ear, and it's Nate yelling at me, and I turn, and they're way off in the distance, up a little bit further down the track on the path. I'm
Gotta
standing
paint
in
the
the middle
picture a
of a
little bit.
field, huh?
Yeah, you're in the middle of a goal. Like it's the middle of summer, and this field is dead grass. It's all dead grass. It's like not even short dead grass. It's tall dead grass. So you look like
Yes,
you're in the middle of a what do you call it?
it's
The
up to my
300 or no
It's the
gladiator when he's in the
gladiator
field.
scene. It's
Yeah,
the
yes,
gladiator scene.
it's up to my
exactly.
waist. It's up to my waist. I'm over here frolicking, thinking I'm in a good place. We're all having fun because we're getting close to camp. And then I hear Nate yelling, Uncle, where do you going? What are you doing? Or something. I didn't hear completely what he said, but I just remember looking at them and they were so far away on the path. And then I looked down at my feet and I'm standing in the middle of this tall, dead grass that's up to my waist. And the first thing that comes to me is bears and snakes. And I start making my way to like beelining it, like the same way I went in, I made my way out back onto the main path. And so we all meet up. The electrolytes that we did have brought us the rest of the way to our destination, to our first campsite. And lo and behold, there's our campsite. It's the most beautiful thing we ever seen. We have water stored there that's supposed to be nice and cool and waiting for us. We get to the campsite. The water is boiling hot. We're miserable. It's about 6 o'clock at night. We're tired. It's just getting hot. The just everything was wrong. Our waters, and we were just so defeated. We decided. You're probably going, what does this have to do with pizza or food? I'll tell you. We hiked back to our car.
You got to tell him about the MREs we ate that
Oh
really sent
gosh,
us over the edge.
it was okay. Every time I go camping, I always get these MREs, and it's like macaroni and chili. Um, they didn't have macaroni and chili this time. It was something else.
Like ramen or something.
It was the most grossest thing I've ever eaten in my life. I'll never do that again. If they don't have macaroni and beef or chili, I am not getting it.
So we had to
So
warm up this food, right? We had to warm it up somehow. We don't have a fire. We're tired. And these MREs, they're dry. You have to put water in it and boiling water into it so it cooks. We're like in our delusional, you know, on the edge of the precipice of heat stroke minds. We say, "Oh man, the water's so hot. We might as well just put it in there." So we put it's hot water. It's not. It's like we're saying it's boiling water, but
it's lukewarm.
it's lukewarm hot water. Like it was buried underground, so it's cooler. If we put it outside, it would have been boiling. It would actually just evaporated. But because we put it underground, it was still just warm luke water, and that's what we use to warm up this MRE. These MREs with lukewarm water, and we're scooping into our mouths, and it's just crunchy and soft and mushy, and then crunchy again. Ugh! At that point, I feel like I kind of just put it on the ground.
I
I
didn't
laid
eat
back in
any
my
of that
tent.
stuff.
Yeah, and then we're just looking up. We're all just like kind of staring up into the sky. It's practically nighttime. I don't know who brought it up. One of us like, why are we doing this to ourselves? Like we all collectively said something like that.
We're like, we could just drive to civilization right now. Like, there's no, like, we don't have to do this to ourselves right now. Like, we're, we failed. Like, we failed. Like, we're not going to survive a 24-hour event if, and again, I say we planned this. We planned it. We talked about it. But in the very end, we said, you know what? Forget this. We got back to the car. We drove down this beautiful hill, across this
No, we
beautiful.
stayed the whole day there though. We spent a whole day and night there.
No, we went
Yeah,
home the
we
same
did.
night. No, we went
No,
home
it
the
was the
same.
next day. It was the next day.
No, we didn't. We
No, we
left.
didn't, because we left and we drove to the Garrett's at night, all messed up, and we had
Yeah,
pizza.
That was
yeah.
the night of the next day.
No, no, no. That was the
No,
night. That was
that
the
was
That
night
was
we
that
left.
night. Guaranteed it was that night because
Up the
I'll
next
never.
day, we did spend a night out there. Because
We
remember the
did.
paw prints?
No.
What?
Okay, there were paw
The
prints,
paw,
but that was when we
the
got to the.
cougar paw prints.
That's when we got to the
Oh
campsite.
no, that was Jerry.
Yeah. No, yeah, that was a different. No, it was the three of us. We drove home we left the campsite, tore it down.
No, it was the
Well,
next day. No, that time too. It was the next day. Because that's
Promise
tomorrow's
you,
night.
that
I
time we gave
promise
up.
you,
We
we
gave up
gave
that
up
day.
because we went to the
Well,
Garrett's
okay.
that night.
If we gave up, we need to go back now.
Yeah.
We don't give up on anything. We fight through.
I don't know about that. That was crazy. We were
We go
in.
now. Hey, next weekend. That's the trip. We conquer sites. We don't fail.
Well, we
This,
failed this
this
one.
is the talk that got us in that situation.
We have to go and conquer the site.
Oh man. Yeah, no, it was. We gave up that night. Honestly, we were.
No, we didn't.
We did because
We
we
did.
left.
We went straight to Garrett's.
We
I
went
remember
get
going to
pizza.
Garrett's. It was the next day.
It was not the next
No,
day.
it
We
was
did not
that
sleep the
night
night.
because that's why we were laughing so hard because we left on the same night. It was so, but it was the best pizza ever. It was
It
the
was.
best
That was great
pizza
pizza.
ever. And we were all covered in sweat. We were so dehydrated. I remember ordering waters because water was so precious at that moment. And if you ever go to Campbell, California, there's a wonderful spot called Garrett's. Um, and that's what it's called. Look it up, the Garrett. A wonderful pizza, wonderful food there. We gorged on that pizza. We got the Golden Greek is one of our favorites, me and my brother's favorites. You got to try that. But I just remember scarfing down that pizza that night, and but we had an awesome adventure. It was just so weird. I've never lost my mind like that ever. I don't ever plan on that ever happening again. I'm going to be more prepared next time we go. But yeah, guys, bring a lot of water. Like if you go on an excursion, don't go. If you get like to your 50% mark of water consumption, turn around. Like that's you've hit the point where hey, I got halfway through my water. If I turn around now, that'll take the other half of my water. Don't keep going forward unless there's nothing to turn.
You
Unless
can't
there's
find
nothing.
water. Water is hard to find.
Yeah.
We weren't even
Clean
sure if we were
water.
going the right
Clean
way.
water.
Like we were totally convinced. Like, oh yeah, we're gonna get back to camp. I mean, yeah. But did we really know we were gonna get back to camp? That following that horse trail, I was like kind of skeptical. I was like, we're just gonna find something. We gotta find something.
Yeah.
I still maintain that it was the next day.
No, it was not.
No,
No, because I remember it was the morning. That's when we went to go get, and it was morning food. We had like,
We would not have pizza in the morning.
we
We
didn't
had
have
pizza
pizza
at
in the
night.
morning. Pizza at night at the Garrett's.
oh, what's that night? That was the
Yeah.
next night though.
It's not
No,
the next night,
no,
was it?
because I remember calling Adi and she's like, "Where are you guys? We're at the Garrett's."
Yeah.
She said, "You guys didn't make it through the night." I said, "No."
Heck no.
Incorrect. Okay, if that's true, then we have to go back now. Like, that's unacceptable. We cannot not conquer. That's just Henry Coe, man. It's so easy.
Well, we kept going.
I
It's the
camped
middle
there
of summer.
at nighttime.
All right. Well, great story. Thank you guys. But this brings us to our first sponsor of the show. Nick, cue the sponsor music. Ah, yeah. This show is brought to you by Brown and Down. How many times have you woken up in the middle of the night, squeezing the cheeks, and you still don't make it? With Brown and Down, all your midnight runs are now over. Brown and Down is a multi-use stretchy cloth that wraps around the waist and covers down to the ankles. No more midnight runs. Now you can just wait until the morning and deal with it then. Brown and Down. Find it at your nearest super gas station aisle next to the pizza. Brown and Down. Oh yeah. Welcome back, guys. I hope you guys thank you, Brown and Down, for sponsoring this show.
Why did you do that, Nate?
What? Well, anyways, thank you, Brown and Down, for sponsoring this show. We also want to give a shout out to our listeners. Shout out to Gordo. Shout out to Danny. Shout out to Jonathan. Shout out to Matt. You guys, shout out to Adi, who listens and watches the YouTube channel as well. Thank you guys for giving your inputs too. Yeah, thank you guys. But we're going to go into our next segment is what's going on in your towns, guys. I can tell you what's happening in P-Town right now. We got what do we got? It was raining. It was very and it got serious on Dan's side. His lights went out.
No. I want to demonstrate what's happening in my town right now. Like, that's total sun, and I got a dark room. I got curtains everywhere, but that's all sunlight. So
Wow.
it's pretty sunny outside. It's nice. Like,
Yeah.
a couple of days ago, none of this. You wouldn't see none of this. I'd be all jet black because it was raining. It was dark outside, but it was nice sounding. It's nice. Like, that's the difference. Like, when it's raining, it's nice sounding, but it's not nice looking.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it was raining here. It was heavy rain like a couple of days ago. We had like a flood warning out here in the valley, and I had a couple of big puddles on my way home. I was talking to Nate on the way home. But yeah, I mean, we made it. Yeah, just a lot of.
I said not nice looking, but it is nice looking if there's a little bit of light. You can look at the rain falling on the ground. That's nice looking.
Yeah, yeah. No, I like not the first rain. I like if it's a continuous rain, that's cool. But like that first stuff that comes down, it kicks up all that the sediment, it kicks up all the dust, and
But then it rains it down.
yeah. And I think that's what got me after a while. It just I have asthma, so it doesn't help when like pollen.
I think
and
the
stuff
rain
like that.
does. Like, it takes all the dust out the air.
Not when it first comes down. Like when it
Yes.
first comes down, it kicks it up, and then it cakes. It starts dripping from the trees. Starts dripping off of old buildings, and little droplets land on you. Yeah, I mean that stuff's not good. But after a while, after a good rain is if it's continuous rain, then it's like, oh, all right, it's not bad. I don't mind going out then, but yeah.
I like your gravelly voice though. It's like cool.
Bring out a
I,
real
I, sh-
man out of you.
I should get sick a little bit more often and come on. Hey, what's up, guys?
No, affect it. Do it normal. It sounds cool.
Well, you got a problem? You talking to me? Are you talking to me? There's nobody else here. You talking to me?
Eh?
That's just regular. That's just me. I'm not trying to play it up. But yeah, I mean, not much going on out here in the valley. It's just hot now. It's a bright sunny day. I might take my little Dexter for a WALK. Take him to the dog park and stuff. Get him a puppuccino. Yeah. Whoa,
That
what do
dude
you got
looks
there?
crazy. That's Joker. That's from the amazing Yamaguchi line. That's a line from Japan. And man, I love this line. This is the best 6-inch figure posable uh figures you can own. The Amazing Yamaguchi. This is the Joker version. I even like the face sculpt. I like how the face looks. Sometimes you get Jokers that look really weird, but I like my favorite. My favorite is from the animated series, so it's this one.
All right, really quick for the people just listening on audio.com, my brother,
Oh yeah, audio.
he's
I
holding
forgot.
up some action figures of the two different types of Jokers, and the vases are completely different. And the first one was holding up like a machine gun or something,
Yeah,
a
two
Tommy gun.
Tommy guns. Look at that.
Yeah, two Tommy
He,
guns.
he comes with two Tommy guns. This is the Amazing Yamaguchi. Look at that face too. That's a crazy face.
That's so blurry. Oh, that one's crazy.
Oh yeah, that that zoomed in.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. But my favorite is this face. Oops. Because that's straight from the
Oh,
animated
there you go.
series. Yeah,
Oh,
that's Joker from the animated series.
that's a grinny face. Yeah. How's everything going on your side, Nate? How's everything going on in the Delta?
Yeah, what's happening up?
Delta.
Is it raining?
If we're gonna talk about the weather, yeah, it's been raining. I mean, anything that comes from San Francisco goes straight to us. So get a
What's that
downpour.
blinders to your left? Is that the outside a window?
My blinds.
Whoa, you got a real window there. That's cool. I
Like,
thought you were faking the window, like for style.
oh, this is
He just
my
puts up
window.
blinds.
Yeah, just
He's
for style. I would do that. Like, look at this. For style.
This is that feng shui.
oh wow.
What's that
But
sound? Is that sound for style?
oh yeah, nothing new in the Bay. I mean the Delta. A
Is
lot of
it
sad
raining right
stories,
now?
but I don't really want to talk about sad stories. Out
It
here it's
looks
just
like it was sunny outside.
nice and
Not a
bright
cloud in
outside
sight.
after the atmospheric rains that have been happening in the past
I
week
think I would see the clouds before you saw the clouds because I'm in San Jose and they pass over us before they get to you.
maybe.
Or even Michael. So I'm first, baby. So you guys should consult me for the weather. I'm the weatherman.
All right, Mr. Weatherman.
All right. We'll call you Weather D.
Yeah, I like it. The weatherman.
Out there. S-
Weathered man. Weathered man. Because I'm old also.
oh, that
All right.
works.
Yeah. All right. Keep us on track. We're going back to our theme today about food. Nate
Yes.
and myself, we went on a food tour to LA.
Wow. Yes.
Yeah, we went to go try a famous brunch first thing in the morning. We had one of the best local pizzas in LA. And then we also had, um, what else did we have? We had tacos from Sonora Town. So, I mean, that was our food tour. We went to a place called um, Republique for their brunch, and probably had one of the best croissants we ever had. Um, and might I say also it was like short ribs, uh, omelet or whatever. Holy moly, that was so good. So if you're making a food tour, I would definitely go try Republique. But to end your night, Nate, where should we go?
Uh, in LA,
Yep.
anywhere but Applebee's. But
Ooh.
anywhere but Applebee's. Sorry,
Oh,
just had to do a
why
little
did
stab
you?
out there.
Oh, what happened? What happened at Applebee's? Why is
Man.
Applebee's attacking you? Why are you attacking Applebee's?
I'm attacking out. I'm coming out. I'm coming out swinging. If I we went on this great food tour, and it's just, it makes me appreciate how much I enjoy food and how painful it is to be without food for a little while. And when I think about that, I think about a time where I think about the specific restaurant, Applebee's, which has messed me up on multiple occasions, severely. I've had I've had food poisoning from an Applebee's in Antioch. Right, there's one like really close to my house, but it's actually got closed recently. I actually kind of I did a little party for myself when that Applebee's closed. But
Mm.
Applebee's made me do to myself, made me throw up on a single
Made you
day.
do to yourself.
I had a duty myself on the same duty and throw up on the same day because I had food poisoning. Like we got that
Yeah.
4 for 4 menu from Applebee's. You think it's a deal. I got the
Which
short end of
no,
the deal.
that's not Applebee's in general. Which Applebee's in particular? Because
No,
that's
well,
a food
that's
health
I'm
problem.
not done. I'm not done. That's why Applebee's in Antioch is closed. All right. So
Oh, all right. Yes.
I was crazy. I was happy about that.
Man, that
But that's
sucks
not
though.
just the first
Oh my
time
God, that sucks.
I've had Applebee's in a different city, and it happened to me again. So I don't
Ooh,
know what Applebee's is or what they're doing. Maybe I just got a weak stomach.
Or what
Either
are
way it
their
is,
hiring practices? Yes.
I'm calling it out because I've had Applebee's in 2 different locations and have had the same issue. You know,
I've also had Applebee's.
Well, I would say one if it's particular, what you have to have at least three, like a try. Because I did the same thing with Krispy Kremes. Okay, so Krispy Kremes, in general, I guess they're still good, but for the same Krispy Kremes, I went there twice. It's the one in Mountain View, off of I forget the road it's off of. I'll get it later. And I went there twice within like 3 years after the pandemic, and they had the hot now sign flashing, and when I went in there twice, so within 2 years, within 3 years, I think, because I hardly ever stop by there. I stop by there every once in a while. Whenever I'm going up that way for a job, and I don't have to be there at a certain time. Oh, hey, Krispy Kreme is right here off Mount. It's in Mountain View. It's off this exit. I forget the exit, and I'll go check it out. So twice within 3 years, I went there, and twice it said they had the little neon sign, "Hot Now" or "Fresh Now" or something like that. Yeah, "Hot Now," I think it is.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, so that I went in there. I went and I go, okay, yeah, I'll take hot now regular, two of them, and I picked out two that were on the shelves because I wanted particular flavors. I like Oreo cookie, and they had the Oreo cookie thing. Then so I got two of those. But then they go, oh, we don't have hot now. You had the sign lit up both times. And both times, know what they did? They gave me an extra donut. Oh, you have an extra donut. And that was it. So,
yeah.
but that's not statistically, I had to have one more time. And actually, I did. That was this year.
Well,
It
the thing
was hot
is,
now.
if you have two
And I,
places that do like something like that, who is your customer really gonna want to come back? I don't want to come
no,
back if
you
I
have to
failed
have at
twice.
least three, right? Like, that's a good sample size that I'm talking about for an individual.
First impressions
Otherwise, it's
count,
just,
especially with food.
because one time anybody can have a bad day. There could be a guy that was fired, but then they go, "You're fired, but you work out the rest of your day." That's stupid. And then they do that to the person, and that person's screwing up everybody's day
Could be.
because
Yeah.
of a stupid manager.
I'm just
Like,
saying,
you don't fire them at the
anybody
end
could
of
have
the
a
day
bad
and
day.
say, "Work the
That's
whole
for
day."
sure. But I'm not willing to take that risk and go to another
I
Applebee's.
made that up though. I don't know if that ever happened. Like, they would be advised
Yeah, yeah.
against doing that, I guess. I don't know. All right.
All right. Well, we're coming up around that time.
All
Oh,
right.
it's backwards.
So we just want to say a big shout out to all the people that listen. Thank you guys. Hope you guys are enjoying this episode. We're gonna bring up our last sponsor of the evening. Nate, cue up the music and get us ready to get out of here. This show is brought to you by We Need Sponsors. You ever washed your clothes and dug into the pants and you found a couple dollars, maybe even a $20 bill? Well, send those to us and we'll put them to great use, like cameras and audio things and stuff like for recording and maybe even better robes. We Need Sponsors is a great sponsor, and that sponsor is you. And currently it's us. But we could definitely use your sponsorship. If you'd like to sponsor this show, Nate, where can they find us?
You can find us at PRT Pod YT on YouTube. And you could also use our email at prtpodyt@gmail.com. Just reach out to us and see what you want to do. Eventually, we're gonna open up a Patreon, and you guys could support us there as well. But I'm just glad to have time with my uncles, and I love just talking to them. This is my sponsor. All right, everybody.
So, love talking to you guys. Thank you so much for listening. Bro, it was good seeing you. Nate, it was nice talking to you again. And I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Again, follow us on Instagram. Follow us on Facebook. Follow us on whatever other platforms we do. We'll see you on the next episode. Later. Bye.